bread. People are always talking about getting that bread. Well, I'm gonna teach you how to make that bread right here on Chef Andy. Bread can be a very intimidating thing, especially when making it at home, but this recipe is super simple, very easy. The only thing that is hard about this recipe is that it takes a lot of time. So if you have the time, if you got the energy, it's gonna be a piece of cake. So let's just get started right into the recipe. So I'm gonna use an all-purpose flour. I love King Arthur. They make beautiful flour. All the wheat is grown in the US. They don't use GMOs. They don't believe in bleaching. It's just an amazing flour. Love you, King Arthur. Grazie. So you're gonna wanna grab yourself a scale because we are baking, and when you bake, you wanna be precise. So we're gonna get 15 ounces of this beautiful King Arthur all-purpose flour. Oh yeah, not 15.5, not 15.15. We want 15 ounces. Salt, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Plop that right in. Yeast, and we're gonna take a 1/4 teaspoon of it. Plop that right in. Beautiful. Mix it up with your hands. Now let's move on to our water. 7 ounces of fresh water. Want to be precise. Remember, we're baking, we're not cooking. Beer, yes, beer. We're putting beer into the bread. The beer is gonna act as a starter. Now, a lot of people don't make bread because they're intimidated because they don't have a starter, or some families have starters that they pass down from generation to generation. Well, this is the quickest way to make a quick starter. So we're gonna use 3 ounces of beer. You want this to be a light beer. So cheers to using beer. We got our beer. Now we're gonna take a tablespoon, if I can get this is why I hate these. Tablespoon of vinegar. And now we're gonna dump this inside our flour, our yeast, our salt. Oh, okay, yep, hey, Chef Andy, like and subscribe. Now we're gonna mix this around with like a spatula, and you just wanna get it all nice and mixed in. Now, this is not gonna be perfect. You don't want this to look beautiful. You want it to actually look kind of ugly when you let it sit. We're just gonna keep massaging in that beautiful King Arthur flour. This is easy, this is simple. We're almost done with the whole recipe, but you know, we have to have some patience. Make sure to get every little piece of flour, salt, infused in together. Also, if you have not infused that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to Chef Andy and join our food movement here on the channel. We are posting videos every single day of my life and your life, so you should check them out. Some bomb recipes, make them for your family. Make sure to tag me in the photos. All right, let's get back to stirring this flour. We're gonna make a hard bread. This is a hard bread. This is a beautiful bread. You know what's crazy is that my great-grandfather, Louis, he was a baker. So I got this in my blood, people. Now you can see our bread ball. We have soaked up all those beautiful ingredients and infused them inside. Now you can see this doesn't look that beautiful. That's just what we want. We want to leave it like this. Take some saran wrap. If I can find some saran wrap. We're gonna cover this with saran wrap, just like so. This is where the patience comes into making bread, guys. You want good bread, you gotta have the pazienza, the patience. So we're gonna let this sit for 16 hours before we touch it again. Don't worry, I already waited the 16 hours for you. So let's go to the next step right now. So I made this last night so we could film this today, but this is what it looks like when we have waited 16 hours for our dough. Look, it doesn't look that beautiful. We're gonna make it look beautiful right here. So we're gonna take some more of our flour, put it right down on a chop board or whatever you got. Okay, we're gonna take this out, plop it down. Now we're gonna fold our bread, and we're gonna fold it 16 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and numero 16. Now we're going to take our beautiful bread and we're gonna make it look beautiful. We're just gonna kind of like cup it like this. And I'm gonna take some parchment paper. I like this little, you know, little pan thing that I have. You could use like a plate. But we're gonna take a parchment paper, gently set our bread right down in the parchment paper, and so it doesn't stick, I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil, which I'm getting right now. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little olive oil in my hand, and I'm just going to rub this on the bread. just to give it some moisture. All right, our dough is almost ready. I'm just gonna place some saran wrap right over the top gently, just to keep it from getting too much air. Just like so, our dough is almost ready, but we have to wait another 2 hours before we can put it in our oven. But don't worry, I already prepped some dough, but let's get it all prepped so we can put it in the oven. So this is what your bread is gonna look like after 2 hours. We're almost ready to put it in. You're gonna wanna get a nice cast iron pot, and this has enamel on the inside, and what the enamel does is when this bread releases moisture, the moisture is gonna drop back on the bread, which makes it turn hard. Basically, this pot tricks the bread to think that it's in a bakery oven, but it's really not. So what you're gonna wanna do before you put in your bread is you're gonna wanna preheat this for 30 minutes. So I've been preheating those pots at 500 for 30 minutes. So you wanna do that before you put the bread in. So here's our bread. It's looking beautiful, but we're gonna add some more details to this beautiful loaf. First thing first, I'm gonna take it out of this little pan here. I'm gonna cut basically a 2-inch slit, maybe 1.5 to 2 inches all the way across the bread. I'm just gonna open it up, give it a cool design, and then I'm gonna take the flour and just sprinkle this right on top. Dough is ready. I'm gonna put this right in our cast iron pot, just like so. This pot's pretty hot, so don't burn yourself. Put the top right on, and then we're gonna put it in for 30 minutes at 500 in this oven. So let's put this right in. So I'm gonna leave that bread in the oven for 30 minutes at 500 with the lid on, and then after 30 minutes, we're gonna take the lid off and bring the temperature down to 425 degrees. If your oven does not go up to 500, crank it up as high as you can go, and then bring it down to 400 or 350 for the next 30 minutes. All right, it's been 30 minutes, so now we need to take the lid off of our cast iron pots. Let's just take a little quick peek at this bread so far. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Look at that bread, it's looking beautiful. So we're gonna take the lid off. We're gonna put this back in the oven, and we're gonna turn down our temperature from 500 to 425. And we're gonna let this cook for another 30 minutes. So see you in 30. Our bread is ready. It's looking nice, brown and crispy. Oh my gosh. Bella roba dio bono. Look at that baby right there. Look at the crust. It's already started to form with the flour. Oh my gosh. It just looks so beautiful. Whew. Okay, my hands are heating up. My hands are heating up. We gotta go set this down. We gotta go cool her down. Cool it down. Okay. Wow, the bread turned out amazing. This is incredible. And it's so easy. It just takes a lot of time, but ingredients wise, very simple, very easy. Just gonna take this guy out. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna let my nice little bread sit here on the cooling racks. I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes on the cooling rack, you know, for this thing to cool down, because it is just looking beautiful. Pro tip here, I was checking the bread, making sure it wasn't getting too brown. So in total, it took about 50 minutes to cook, not exactly an hour. But you know, just check it depending on what your oven, what it does. You know, when it starts to look nice and brown like this, you know it's ready. This is pretty hot right now, but you know what? The best time to try bread is when it's fresh out of the oven. So I'm gonna, just give me a second here and we're gonna cut this open. This is my favorite part of the bread. They call this the elbow or the heel. That's the best part. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. Ooh, look at that bread, it's so cool. Look, hear the crunch. Here, my microphone. You hear that? I can do MSR, or what is it? ASMR bread edition. Oh, now I just destroyed my bread. The things you gotta do for ASMR. All right, let me try this. It's kind of hot. Wow, that is truly incredible. And I know it's my channel, so I always say it's incredible, but this is really incredible. Oh my God. Honestly, this is better than like store-bought bread. But you know what's great with this? You can use it with soups. You can use it for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, for toast with your eggs. But one of my favorite ways to use this bread is with some beautiful olive oil. So let me get some olive oil. We could not dip our bread in any other olive oil but the Donna Bella Lisa, our olive oil from Tuscany, from Florence. It's the best stuff. So we're just gonna drizzle some into our plate. And you can look at this olive oil right here. You can see the sediment in it. That's because we don't filter our olive oil and we leave that in. You're not gonna find that in store-bought stuff. Okay, here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. From one bread lover to another. Salute. Santa Maria, Madre de Dio, I've died and gone to heaven. You know what I love about this bread is that it has that nice hard bread crust, but the inside is so soft and moist and elegant, just like this channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do that and smash the subscribe button. But you know what? People ask for this all the time. They don't like me to just try it because they think that I'm biased, which I'm clearly not. So we need to bring somebody on who could do a little taste testing. None other than my godson, Mr. Daniel! Are you ready? You can talk to the people out there. You want to plug anything, any new toys or anything like that? No? Are you excited to try this piece of bread? He's excited. He's a little shy right now, I can tell. Daniel, how old are you? 3 years old. And let me tell you folks, taste buds at 3 years old, there's nothing better. Daniel, what's your favorite food?
Pasta.
Pasta? What kind of pasta?
A bolognese.
Oh, bolognese. That bolognese, it's good, right? What do you think this bread's gonna taste like?
Ketchup.
Ketchup? Oh my God. Hopefully it doesn't taste like ketchup or I really messed up. Do you like to cook with your mom?
Yeah.
What do you cook?
Sausage.
Sausage. Daniel really loves sausage. We'll have to make sausage sometime on the show. Without further ado, we need to try this beautiful bread, or Daniel here needs to try the bread. Okay, we're gonna cut this bread. You wanna cut it with me? Okay, let's be very careful. Here, put your hand on the knife. All right, we're gonna cut away. Here we go. Oh my gosh, Mr. Daniel. All right, well, here is your fresh bread from your godfather. Give it a big taste. Ooh, is it good? What does it taste like?
Ketchup.
Ketchup. Oh gosh, guys, I messed this one up. It tastes like ketchup. What do you mean it tastes like ketchup? I'm gonna try this. There's no ketchup on here. Yeah, I really don't know where you're getting that ketchup taste. What else?
Sausage.
Sausage as well. If you love ketchup and you love sausage, we got the right bread for you here on Chef Andy. Guys, that was a lot of fun. Make sure to stick to the recipe precisely because again, we are baking. Look at this bread, it turned out beautifully. Make sure to subscribe, leave in the comment section how cute my godson is, Mr. Daniel here. And we will see you next time in the kitchen. Adios, amigos!
Adios, amigos!